2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Short a rotation player. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Brooklyn, they've got Harris. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5. Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. Brown is checked in for James Harden. We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Lopez with the steal. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Pass to Brown. Now Kevin Durant, covered by Giannis. Durant, the pass to Irving. To the paint. Just 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Fires at the elbow. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Middleton can't get it to go. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Durant deciding where to go with it. Second chance shot. The kick out to Brown. Irving with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Back to Irving. The 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Durant with the steal. Brown dishes to Jordan. Here's Irving. And there it is for him.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Durant wide open, he fires. Can't hit from the elbow. Bucks trail by 5. Middleton drives in. It's hauled in by Harris.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
This is what pure scorers do. They find ways to create points. KD doing work.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Holiday. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game right now. First one falls for him.
and definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Brooklyn leading by 5. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Harden the pass to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Holiday against Harden. And Holiday kicks to Forbes. Portis drives in, lays it up and banks it in.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
They kick it out to Green. It's over Tucker, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. Nets lead. And recently, on the subject of trash talking,
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of lift, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Luwawu is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And he makes that one.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
And here is Shamet. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Harden. A second chance effort. And he lays it up and in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 5. Down low, here's Connaughton, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Harden the pass to Claxton. 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. Over Teague. The shot missing. And Milwaukee the other way now.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if he can get an easy opportunity.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And again, it's the Nets missing. The Bucks trail. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Brown the pass to Harris. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Irving against T. And that one's good, Irving.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
Passes to Forbes. Back to T. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Outside Irving. The pass to KD. Dishes to Jordan. Back to Durant. Just 5 on the clock. No dice from the high post. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. Bucks passing it around. Here's Nora. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Nora's got his first basket.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Outside Jordan. Inside. And finished off by KD.
Well, you want to try to stay between Kevin Durant and the basket because he will throw it down if he gets near the cup.
Pass to Portis. Releases. He can't get it to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Harden the pass to KD. Steps back and trains the jump shot. Durant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he's having his way right now in the second period. Forget the first quarter. Let's get to work.
DiVincenzo passes to Giannis. And Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he can't get the first one. Drew Holiday is checked in for Pat Connaughton. Good on the second free throw.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Harden the pass to Luwawu. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. It's good. Antetokounmpo's got 7.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
And that's the final possession with the nice defense. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Here's Giannis. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. And the dunk by Giannis.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Harden dishes to Durant. Back to Harden. Feeds to Durant. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Irving drives in. Jordan misses from close range. Bucks trail by 3. Giannis outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. He feeds it to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Well, one aspect that makes Lopez dangerous, his size. At 7 foot, he doesn't have to go far to slam it home.
Harden against Holiday. No good from Jordan.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Drew Holiday. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. They lead by 1. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Chris Middleton, and these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Middleton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Brown right side. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I feel like they could execute this play in their sleep. Griffin, one of the premier alley-oop finishers in the league.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And Forbes kicks to Middleton. And that one drops.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Harden the pass to Griffin. The dish to Green. On the wing, Harden. Back to Green. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
That's tipped. Outside Portis. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
And that's a nice job defensively from Harden. I mean, he's capable of these kinds of plays when the guy is engaged and active.
Here is Forbes. Over Harden. Forbes can't get it to go. Nets leading by 5. Harden with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And stolen by Portis. They push it up 4 on 3. The 15-footer. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Middleton's got his second bucket tonight. Nets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Brown feeling it out a bit. And finished off by Brown.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Forbes. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Forbes has got his first points of the night. Harden outside. No good there with the step back J. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's the Nets up 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
And how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Irving is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Durant down low. Takes it up with both hands and rips it. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That savvy little up fake there, fooling the D's. And the Nets lead by 5.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Middleton looking it over. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. DiVincenzo against KD. Pass to Claxton. It's Solomon to Kumbo. And Giannis throws it down.
And it just doesn't take many steps for Antetokounmpo to get up the floor on the break. It's just steal, sprint, and finish.
Now here's Irving. It's Solomon to Kumbo. And Giannis throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Here's Irving after the basket by Milwaukee. Now the feed to Jordan. Good D by Lopez.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Luwawu is checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Harden in for Joe Harris. And the dunk by Giannis.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Harden with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving against Holiday. And that one's good, Irving.
Huge bucket from Kyrie. Knows how to deliver.
Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. 1:46 left in the game. And that one's good by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got the lead. Back up to 1 now for the Bucks. Now here's Harden. With the stop.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Back to Giannis. Shoots, and Durant sends it back. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact
on the drive.
Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Durant in the corner. Back to Harden. He kicks it to Durant. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over DiVincenzo. No good from Irving.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Sweet move.
In attack.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you..."
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in its small forward. And looking at the Nets, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Luwawu in a two-guard. Leonard kicks to Cousins. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. And good that time. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. And it's the Clippers' ball. George with the ball. Lets it go with the three. Jordan with the rebound. And they're pushing it up. Here's Luwawu. Cousins pulls it in. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverley.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Harden the pass to Harris. Here's Durant. And KD throws it down. The agility on display. Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here's Leonard. The rebound by the Nets.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Right wing. Nets passing it around. 6 to shoot. Harden finds Jordan. Outside for Durant. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
Incredible effort by Kawhi. Picks it up with the claw, then off to the races.
Now here's Harden. Outside for Jordan. Harden surveying the D. Poked away. Stolen by Beverley. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The defense on George a little too tight there. But to have any chance against him, you have to challenge him.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Now, here is Irving. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Terrific body control from Kyrie and the showtime finish.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson's checked in to the middle. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Griffin. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Zubac trying to break loose. Nice shot by Rondo.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Irving looking over the floor. Passes it to Claxton. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Nets trail by 5. And here's Irving. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
We know he's one of the best offensive players in the league. What I've seen lately from Kyrie is an improvement in his focus on the defensive end.
Great D that time from Irving. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. The Clippers on top. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Claxton, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Jackson against Harden, 20 feet out. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Jackson's got his second bucket.
A versatile scorer, Reggie Jackson, every year adds more moves to his arsenal.
It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Off target with the open look. Nets trail by 3. The Nets working the ball around now. Harden outside. Pass to Llewellyn. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though. of being a player in New York?
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Jackson passes to Leonard. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwabu Cabarro. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jackson.
I mean, running the court with the speed of a guard, hard to keep up with Durant once he gets out in the open floor.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Nets. For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. High post, KD. Leonard's there. Now, here is Irving. Defended by Beverly. Stolen by Beverly. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. Outside, George. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes.
Irving against Rondo. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Rondo's got his second bucket of the night.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Here's Irving. He has 5. The pass to KD. Here's Shamet. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. Shamet's got his first bucket in this one.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside. And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State, some good young guard.
Oh, wow! He went high.
That was nice.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Outside Irving. And the rejection by Cousins.
When DeMarcus Cousins is blocking shots, this defense takes on a whole different attitude.
With his first shot attempt, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 6. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first half. And he banks in the layup.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
Rondo passes to Cousins. Count the basket. Cousins has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
16 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Durant against Morris. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
1 second left. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Kyrie Irving.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
And so it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6. And that'll about do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We've got Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Harden against Beverly. Knocks it loose. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin. And I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
George, and it's blocked. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Harris passes to Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Shots good by Kennard.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harden against Beverly. Outside Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
I'll tell you what, Durant takes a lot of contact inside. Defenders try to muscle him, but it doesn't matter.
And Durant comes to help. Back to Beverly. Zubac's in the post. It's hauled in by Claxton. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Here's Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Irving's got 11 points.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Outside Jackson. And he comes up with the deuce. 9 points in the game so far.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Outside for Jackson. No good that time. Great D that time from Griffin.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. That ties it up. Brown's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson has the open look. Jackson missing again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Irving against Jackson. Irving misses.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
A shot by Batum, no good. The Nets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. So they take the lead. Jordan's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
You know, DeAndre is very choosy. He usually won't take anything but a high percentage shot in the paint.
Man passes to Oturu. Lays it up off the glass. Oturu's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Irving drives in. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Batum finds Jackson. Back to Batum. 2 on the clock. Misses at the rim. Tie game in Brooklyn. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. So for the Clippers right now, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Cousins in at the center, filling out the middle. Harden, and there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Stolen by Harden. The shot. Harris, good.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Here's Cousins, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
So for the Nets, Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and Irving subbed in for James Harden. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Passes to Claxton. Here's Luwawu. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Clippers trail. And George, here we go. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 14 points for George.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Harris outside. Out left to the wing. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
James Harden, he's checked in for Irving. The Nets making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Here's Claxton. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Here's George. Some solid defense from Brown. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. The lead is 2. Here's KD. And it's good, 2 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the Clippers call time here. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Bruce Brown. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Kyrie has done it again. He loved the big shot and the big moment.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. Lays it up and banks it in.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Harden outside. Unable to get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And Beverley kicks to George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
They need points, trying to keep some momentum. Cousins understands the situation.
Up top, Griffin. Beverley against Irving. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And Durant subbed in for Harris. And the Clippers with the change here, too. Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Harden against George. Irving dishes to Durant. Clock at 6. Pass to Jordan. Stolen by George. Leonard inside. Guarded by Harden.
Good! That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Outside Irving. Kicks it out to Harden. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
To the left side wing. Here's George. Got a hand on it. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Money!
What strength by DeAndre. Really love seeing him sky up for the thunderous slam.
Here's Leonard. Yes!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And I'll tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Thank you.
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harden in at the 1. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Outside for Durant. From deep. Rebound by Nurkic. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Covington into the lane. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kevin Durant. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Now here's Harden. Irving finds Jordan. Now here is Harden. And there's the pass to Durant. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum with the bounce pass. Count that bucket.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Irving drives in, and he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Powell. For 3, Covington. James Harden with the rebound. Irving against McCollum. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open. It's hard to find.
Lillard attacking. Banked in off the glass.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish you.
The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside Irving. Out to Harris. Launches it. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Powell. Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Irving against Nurkic. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Now here's Anthony after Enes Kanter's miss, and he gets the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Brown outside. Irving kicks to Durant. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter of the game. 6 on the shot clock. Harris passes to Durant. And he elevates and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
Well, that's Durant. He remains calm under pressure, burying quality shots even when the shot clock is low.
Pass to Kanter over Jordan. The shot's good from Kanter.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Kicks it out to Lillard. Offline with his three. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 2. Changes up. Jordan trying to free himself up. And it's laid in by KD. KD's got 6 points.
There was a time when people said Durant didn't finish well through contact. Those days are long gone.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McCollum finds Lillard. No good from outside. Left side, Brown. Here is Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Love seeing Lillard work it in close. I mean, he has the skills to convert at a high rate.
Irving way outside. The shot, no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his future plans.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
They've got Griffin. Green is out there with all the power on that throw-down.
Well, this is what Griffin gives you. Excellent vision, excellent decision-making with the ball in his hands.
And see, well, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Lillard outside. Shoots. He can't hit that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Harden dishes to Griffin. Back to Harden. Passes it to Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
And artist in the air. I mean, the elevation, the hang time, the strength of Griffin. It's amazing.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. Inside, trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. Kicks it out to Jones. Fires from the wing. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen. And they've got to communicate much better out there.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard surveying the D. Feeds it to Nurkic. Left block shot on the way, and it's in off the backboard.
Well, no doubt Nurkic knows how to get it done inside. I mean, using all of his height to find the shot.
There's the pass to Llewellyn. Here's Claxton. Shamet on the wing. And he converts the layup. Shamet's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. That one falls.
No question. Lillard is a shoot-first guard, but it's good to see him focus on distribution.
Harden the pass to Shamet. Back to Harden. 1:27 left in the first half of basketball. And that one's good, Shamet.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard attacking. Kicks it out to Jones. Covington wide open. He fires. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harden outside. Pass to Claxton for the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Jones. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Harden scanning the floor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And it's Brown in for Landry Shamet. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Covington. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, this is the type of guy I like. From undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter.
Now Harden with 1 on the clock.
Nice contest by Canton. Listen.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams, but as the... Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. Nets leading by 3. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
it. You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Well, Irvin came into this league as a terrific three-point shooter, and I think he's only getting better with age if he can.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 10. Lillard again missing. Right around a minute and a half. Play here in the third quarter. bucket is good. Durant's got 10 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now here's Lillard. There's the three. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And KD is right there. And now an 8-point Nets lead.
You need to put a body on the rack. He's great at carving out position on the glass.
Here's Lillard. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Brown with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jordan dishes to Irving. Out to Harris. Clock at 4. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Irving. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Lillard. Harden kicks to Griffin. Back to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, and Harden is just ferocious with his dunk, just ramming it in the defense's face.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. If you look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Portland also making some changes. Derek Jones comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Norman Powell. Here's Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
The agility Griffin possesses, are you kidding me? He's superb at using his speed to gut the defense to pieces.
Harden against McCollum. And he uses the glass on the layup. McCollum's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Oh, he'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Pass to Brown. .54 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Harden. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And here is Anthony. Jones, no one around him. A 3-pointer, no good. Brooklyn leading by 6. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Harden the pass to Griffin. Here's Luwawu. The tray. And Jones pulls it down. It's Anthony with the drive. The 3 from McCollum. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. McCollum's got 9.
Oh, he's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
Right side Griffin. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Brooklyn ahead, up 3. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game. Griffin is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Shamet. Passes it to Luwawu. Griffin kicks to Shamet. Irving drives in. Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
Now, you don't put up numbers like Griffin unless you can finish through the contact inside.
Simons surveying the D. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. The Nets working the ball around now. And Covington sends it back. It's Powell on the wing. Outside Covington. To tie it up. And the layup is up and in. It's a tie ball game.
So creative with the ball in his hands. Covington capable of picking the D apart.
And the Nets shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Here's Irving. Count it. And the Nets lead by 2.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch. Look, the more threes he misses, I mean, the more he wants to take. Where they do that at? That's not the right mindset.
And that one's good. Shamet.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Lillard with no one around. Trains the three-pointer.
And the three-pointers is becoming a weapon for him now. You can see it. I mean, this is the second of this half, 3rd overall.
Outside Griffin. Back to Irving. Shamet the pass to Claxton. Irving attacking to the paint. Drops in the layup for 2.
You know they're going to go to Irving in these spots. He's tremendous at scoring when his team needs a bucket.
Lillard outside. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you can trust to make the right decision in these moments.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Harden in for Landon Shannon. Portland also making some changes. Here's Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here's Lillard. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
I like seeing Lillard go to the floater. He has such a soft release and touch on this shot.
Harden outside. Outside for Durant. Harris dishes to KD. And KD throws it down.
Well, Durant wanted the ball in that situation, and he got it. Great killer instinct shown from him, and he gives his team a huge score.
Lillard outside. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. McCollum with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from McCollum.
And McCollum is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
Harden the pass to Irving. Jordan at the elbow. Back to Irving. Outside for Durant. Irving dishes to Jordan. Good D by Covington.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Lillard.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to Jordan. Harden finds Jordan.
It's winning time. Harden knows his job description.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Lillard. It counts.
Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Harden against Lillard. Here is Harden. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. Superb athlete. Oh, no. Don't tell me. He just didn't do that, did he? A critical point of the game. He makes just about the worst mistake possible.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night at All Right, David. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Downtown Milwaukee is... And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the 3. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Shot clock at 6. Harden kicks to Harris. Fires from 14. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Harris.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Lopez dishes to Antetokounmpo. Bucks passing it around. High post Lopez. He's against Jordan. Here's Antetokounmpo. Trying to get open is Lopez. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Off target with his 3. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Out to Harris. Brown with it. Pass to Jordan. Harden outside. Elbow shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
It's just lethal. Once Kevin Durant gets into that spot, he can rise up, and it's pretty much going to go in.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. Pass to Lopez. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Lopez close up and gets it done.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector. Quick, active hands. Holiday knows a thing or two about collecting some steals.
Brown the pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, that's great TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here is Holiday. 1:43 left to play in the first. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
Harris outside. Now Jordan. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Harden kicks to Harris. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Shamet. There's Portis. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Irving with the bounce pass. Left side, Griffin. Back to Irving. Green against Middleton. The drive by Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the Bucks making a change here. And Jeff Green drops them both. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 4. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Portis drives in. There's the steal, and there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
He hits the second from the line. 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. Teague feeling it out a bit. Over Irving, and it's denied. And he's able to get it back.
Love how Jeff Teague did not fear that attempt. He was amongst the trees, but it did.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front. They're up by 3. And we'll get going.
For me personally, I just want.
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
Yeah, the more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
You've got Holiday. E.J. Tucker is out there with Portis, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And a deep three from Irving. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
Kyrie's got such a great touch from the outside. He's making that long shot look way too easy for a point guard of his size.
This one for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. And so it's Brooklyn with it. They lead by 6, their biggest margin.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams, and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
Holiday against Harden, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Such a smart offensive play right there. When Holiday sees that chance open up right there, he's all over.
Harden the pass to Irving. Down low. Right side Green. Just 5 to shoot. Harden dishes to Green. No good on the 3. Bucks trail by 6. And that one's good from Connaughton.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Griffin inside, guarded by Tucker. Now, here is Harden, guarded closer. Claxton the pass to Irving. Misses the 3. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Holiday. A rebound by the Nets. And here's Griffin. The dish to Irving. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. Harden outside. Back to Irving. Kicks it out to Harden. But they recover it. Pass to Claxton. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Irving. Now the Bucks moving it up. Connaughton passes to Tucker. The shot's good. And now just a 2-point Brooklyn lead. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Donte DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Holiday against Irving. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. No good with the triple. Nets leading by 4. Irving dishes to Durant. Yep, that one goes.
Well, for a tall guy, Durant has such dexterity and rhythm on the catch and shoot. It's just interesting to watch.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Giannis. And the layup's good off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's KD. He's got 6. Back to Irving from past the arc.
Well, without the D from Holiday there,
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them holding a... And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. And it's Irving in at the point guard position.
DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
And Teague, here we go. Count the basket. Irving with the ball. He has 5. Outside Jordan. On the wing, Irving. Teague covering, and Durant gets it to go.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Antetokounmpo passes to Teague. And here is DiVincenzo. Up and in on the layup. DiVincenzo's got 6.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game. And that foot injury robbing Donte DiVincenzo of much of his rookie season. But in year 2, he had a nice bounce back.
One of the things, Greg, that I think is most important for any player at any level is any time that you're hurt, you still have an opportunity from the bench to pick up some of the nuances of the game. There's no doubt that Donte did that last year, and this year has stepped in and continued to contribute to this ball club.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Teague. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Then for the Nets, Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's James Harden in for Irving. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment Terrific denial.
Brown finds Harden. And the pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. 6 points for him.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Shooting foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. 5 on the clock. Here's Lopez. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Harris gets it to go on the assist from Harden. Harris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Lopez. Drilled from 6 feet.
Lopez powering through that time.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. 1:03 left in the third quarter. Jordan back to Harden. 6 to shoot. And it's Harris off the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. And Durant subbed in for Brown. Harden against Holiday. Durant feeling it out a bit. Launches a 3. Here's Harden out to Harris. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Second shot opportunity, and the bank shot is good. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. From deep three-point range, Blake Griffin pulls it in. And here's Harris from the arc. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Chris Middleton. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Portis in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Harden. Outside, KD. The Nets working the ball around now. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's DiVincenzo. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And it's off from three-point range.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Landry Shamet comes in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Pass to Durant. The feed to Griffin. Outside for Durant. Taken away by Holiday. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Middleton leading the charge.
Chris Middleton recognizing the transition opportunity and taking off down the court to get ahead of everybody.
Now Shamet back to Irving. Pocket 6. Outside for Durant. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving can't hit.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for P.J. Tucker. The Nets also changing it up. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Griffin. Bruce Brown comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in for Kyrie Irving. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Bucks trail by 4. Giannis passes to Holiday. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
Well, they stacked up everything to get to this point. Now they have to shift into overdrive.
Luwawu, the pass to Jordan. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's DiVincenzo. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so Brown will bring it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as much as 10.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Holiday looking over the floor. Here's Giannis. And Jordan sends it back.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Brown. Shot clock at 5. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Keeps it alive, and Holiday is right there.
And you have to love how Holiday came up big with the shot. That's the kind of leadership you want to see from him.
Harden outside. Outside for Durant. It's to Luwawu. It's Harden with the drive. Claxton. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And the Nets lead by 4.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Antetokounmpo finds Holiday. Jacks up a 3. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Wow, Lopez stepping up. What confidence from the big fella.
And here's Harden. On the wing, Irving. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And that one hits back iron. And the Bucks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. It falls! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And it's Irving missing. Fast break, here they come to take the lead. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. So it gets them both, and it's a two-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
Here is Harden. From deep. Count it!
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range, even from way downtown. This guy is a threat to score.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by one. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's... There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And
hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
So the Nets starting 5. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant and a power forward. And for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Right side, Kevin Durant. 5 to shoot. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Cousins. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Now here is Irving. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Harden, no good.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
And that one's good, Leonard.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Here is Harden. Pass to Irving. Bucket is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here is George. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
Ooh, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Here's Jordan. And too long on the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Cousins. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by KD. Harris outside. Outside, KD.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Greg?
That's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in.
Growing up, KD wanted to play for his favorite team, the Toronto Raptors, which featured his favorite player, Vince Carter.
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Harden kicks to Jordan. Harden against Rondo. Here's Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And DeAndre has really beefed up his body over the years, remaining ready for whatever the defense throws his way.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Well, this is his game. Be proactive offensively, put the defense back on his heels.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. It's Harden with the drive. Jordan the pass to Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Jackson looking it over. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Nets. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
This is his first free throw of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. In the corner, Kennard with it. Back to Jackson. Over Irving. Goes back up. Here's Zubac, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got 7.
And the D getting out work there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now, here is Irving. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Oh, Griffin in position and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Outside Jackson, looking for Kennard. He gets it in there. Passes it to Zubac. Over Claxton. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tie game in Los Angeles. And the second quarter will... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brooklyn now, Brown out there with Irving. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Green. And it's Claxton in at the 4. And it's Green slamming it down.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
And there's the pass to Man. Batum against Green. Here's Zubac. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 9.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Irving looking for an opening. Outside Griffin. The leaner. Claxton. It's good on the putback. Claxton's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Irving dishes to Brown. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Irving attacking Griffin. Trying to get open is Irving. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
I'll tell you, that's the one thing. Hustle. Blake just outworking everyone to the ball.
Jackson has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Pass to Green. There's the dish to Griffin. 5 on the clock. Green inside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. That one doesn't go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Jackson passes to Zubac. 2 points. That one goes. Zubac has got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
It's Brown on the wing. Back to Irving. Lets a floater go, and no good. Great D that time from Batum. Here's Kennard, and it goes down 2 points.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the half. Good on the shot. Irving's got 8.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Here's Jackson. Great D that time from Irving. Nets leading by 4. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
I mean, on those alley-oop plays from Blake Griffin, you can't give him room to take off.
Jackson from long range. Brooklyn with the rebound.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Here's Griffin and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the dunk by Jackson.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Irving with it. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Over Jackson. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And all right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period wrapped up with the teams. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here's George after the miss from KD. And George with the stuff.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
Now, here is Harden. He feeds it to Jordan. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Nets lead by 4. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
KD finds Harris. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And George, here we go. They now take the lead. George has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Back to Harden. And that one is good. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
They retain possession. And here we go. Here's Shamet. The putback. Ball's knocked loose. The Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. George with no one around. And a miss there on the triple. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, if you were to redo the 2018 NBA draft, I bet Landry Shamet would have been taken a lot higher than 26.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Paul George.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Right side, Rondo. Cousins trying to free himself up. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Rondo's got his first basket of the night.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to KD. Shoots over Leonard. Durant, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle. And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
The shot's good. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Morris comes over to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And here is Los Angeles now. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Here's Cousins, stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. There's Shamet, good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Basket, good. Rondo's got 4 this quarter.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Irving attacking, and it's in there. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Rondo. Passes it to Cousins. 1 second left. No good. And we just finished the third quarter as we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
Both free throws good from Jackson. And Brooklyn has possession, trailing by 4. Now Irving. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Outside Batum to the inside. Here's Jackson. Here's Cousins over Claxton. It's hauled in by Claxton.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
The score now all even. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Now, here is Irving. Griffin dishes to Irving. Back to Griffin. And the shot goes down. Griffin's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Rondo with the putback. Cousins on the follow.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
Now, here's Irving. The pass to Luwawu. Outside Irving. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Rondo passes to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Irving passes to Claxton, and he recovers it. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets working the ball around now. Second chance shot, and good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Calm in the heat of the storm. Kyrie with a big bucket.
Rondo finds Cousins. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Great idea to get it to Cousins. Things are starting to tighten up. Could be a hard-fought battle the rest of the way.
Now here's Griffin. Outside Green. And Green slams it in.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Rondo passes to Cousins. And they pick up 2. Cousins has got 12 points in just the second half.
DeMarcus can play outside, but the paint is still where he makes his living.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Here's Irving. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Now, here is Irving. Outside for Griffin. Cuts off the pass. The drive by Jackson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Now it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
Pass to Claxton. Here's Luwawu. Now here is Irving. He's covered by Rondo. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Cousins. It's hauled in by Claxton.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Irving kicks to Griffin. Back to Irving. Green dishes to Irving. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Saving a little something from when it really counts. Kyrie dropping daggers down the stretch.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. 12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Yes!
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. tonight. And nothing.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. So the next starting five. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here is Irving. Lays it up off the glass. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Now Durant after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide-open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
From deep three-point range, that falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Harden way outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. McCollum, no good. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Irving. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Lillard with no one around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
Offensive rebound, Nets. Irving with a clean look. Good on the triple. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
Well, the team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
2 open that time, made it look too easy.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here is Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Damian Lillard.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
And the Nets making a change here. Brown's checked in.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Lillard from deep 3-point land. No good on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
It's good.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Lillard, right side, makes it off the glass. He's got 8.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Harden finds Durant. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Jordan, high post. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Now here's Harden. He kicks to KD. Pass to Harris. Shot clock at 5. And Durant, here we go. Jordan gets hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now Portland on the break. Here's Powell. Offensive rebound.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Here's Brown following the basket by C.J. McCollum. McCollum against Brown. And McCollum with the block. Lillard against Harden. And it's McCollum in the corner. There's the triple. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Harden the pass to Durant.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Oh, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Harden scanning the floor, and the last-second attempt does not go in for him. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Greg,
when I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
From deep. And it's Simons missing. The Nets with the lead. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Griffin looking around. Irving drives in. Back to Griffin. The Nets working the ball around now. Irving, good. Irving's got 9 points.
Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Irving passes to Shamet. Here's Claxton. Shot clock at 6. No good on the shot. Excellent D from Kanter. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Bruce Brown in for Landry Shamet. Now here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. And now Portland on the break. Jones, no one around him. Portland again missing. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's KD. Green, and Green is right there. Green's got his first points in this one.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's Irving. after Enes Kanter's miss. From the line, nice spin off the left rim and in. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Lots of room. Again, Durant missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Nets leading by 6. That misses off the backboard.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Count that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Irving passes to Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Anthony.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Harden outside. He gets it in there.
And, you know, if you give Harden daylight to shoot from the mid-range, he'll take it. Can't give him any room, mid-range or 3, but mostly mid-range.
And some good action through the first 2. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. Their lead at one point was up to 7. And that should...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Harden. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving at the shooting guard. Nets leading by 3. Harden with it. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 6 points.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Lillard looking around. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Durant, no good.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And the rejection by Harden. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Lillard with it. Now Green defending. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Now here's Green. He's off on that one. Good D by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Portland. And Covington sends it back.
You know, you talk about Covington, and he's what you call a typical 3-and-D player. Has been that way most of his career. Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Now here's Harden. He's got 6. Harris outside. Shoots over Powell. And the Nets miss again.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Green, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Yep, that one goes in there. McCollum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here is Harden following the basket by C.J. McCollum. There's 1:38 left in the third. Here's Harden. And he comes up with the deuce. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Lillard outside. Here's the 3. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-7. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw good. Nurkic.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Nets trail by 4. 1:12 left here in the third quarter. Shamet finds Irving. He doesn't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
No good from Irving. Portland leading by 6. Outside Anthony. The teardrop falls in. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Irving's shot is good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Simons. That one drops for him. Simons has got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Durant. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, you're scratching your head with how do you defend a guy like Durant. I mean, his length, his speed, ball handling, all allow him to draw fouls easily.
Durant hits them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
High arcing shot, and so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. He gets that one.
Remarkable speed in transition from Harden, sprinting ahead of everybody, putting himself in a great spot there.
Lillard against Harden. Here's Simons. Tries it from 9. The putback, and Kanter able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, you know, it's made for a fun game, but you're right. You're exactly right. I mean, the defense has been non-existent.
Now here's Durant. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That's on Enes Kanter.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Nets also making a change. Harris is checked in. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Now here's Kanter. And it's McCollum in the corner. Kanter dishes to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Lillard's got 22.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Harden finds Griffin. Harden outside. Now the pass to Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. It's good.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Oh, Griffin in position. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Now, here's Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Harden outside. And it's sent back by Lillard. Here's Jones. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, you need a confident player to get you a big bucket. And that's exactly who Irving is and what he does.
Lillard left side. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Dorkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. Now, here is Harden. Irving kicks to Harden. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Lillard has the open look. A rebound by the Nets. And stolen by Lillard. Here's McCollum. Finished off the break. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
And when it matters most, the coach has the confidence that McCollum will deliver.
Harden outside. Pass to Harris. Back to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. The shot comes out. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. A 3 from McCollum. Jordan with the rebound.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Irving can't get it to go.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard against Harden. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Releases from 15, and it's Lillard missing. On its way from Irving for 2. Up again. Good.
Got to make anybody besides Harden shoot the ball there. I mean, he doesn't feel the pressure. He embraces this stuff.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David All.